Hi, I'm Justin Iradiel. I'm an island baby. I'm from the Philippines. I moved here in Chicago, Illinois when I was 2 years old, and now I'm in North Prosperity. Growing up, I actually felt like I was a lot different from my family because I'm a half sibling to all my siblings. So I always felt like the black sheep. I always felt like the odd one out. So growing up, I was super close with my siblings, and then, as time grew, I fell out of my family just because I grew up around the wrong crowd, the bad influence, and I got myself into drugs at a very young age. And I thought I was happy. I thought in that moment in my life I was really living life and living it to the fullest because I was able to hang out with friends whenever I wanted, being able to do what I wanted. But it made me grow apart of who I really loved and who was always there for me, which was my family. So I put myself in a bad situation, and growing up, getting myself close to my family was with sports, doing something active. So around 6th grade, I was wrestling, and then I got myself into football, like basketball and track, just doing all the sports, getting myself active and working on my physical so I could get my family a lot closer to who I am so that I can make them proud. And yeah, high school came around, and I was still kind of around the bad friend group, bad influence. And COVID really hit, and that's when it really opened my eyes that the friends that I had back then really wasn't for me. They were not really my friends. They didn't have my back, and there was a lot of shady things happening behind my back that I didn't know. And true friends don't really do that, right? So I figured to just go on my own wave, do my own thing, be who I am, and really get things going to who I want to be in the future. So I started looking into the online space. It was first real estate, and that's still something that I really want to get into just because I've always had a passion for, real estate and houses. And I was looking around on like digital marketing, social media marketing agencies, affiliate marketing, drop shipping, and I really tried it all. I was a very impatient type of person back then, so when nothing came my way and I didn't see any success happening in a matter of 2 weeks to a month, I kind of just gave out on it, and I would just go to the next thing, kind of like the shiny object syndrome. I was just bouncing from one thing to another, just hoping for the best, seeing what I could do so I could set myself up for, success down the road for my future, my family. When I go back to high school, I was a straight F student. I had about like 25 truancy letters, and there's cops coming to my door asking my mom like, where you at? Why are you not showing up to school? And my mom was getting mad at me because I wasn't showing up. I just didn't have any passion for it. Everything that I was learning there really wasn't something I saw myself in the future. So I just didn't understand the importance of education, and I didn't really take it as serious as I could have. But I actually graduated high school early. I graduated 6 months early just so I could get into the workforce, so I could start making some money, feeling more comfortable with what I was doing. So I actually worked 13 9-to-5 jobs by the age of 18. I was hustling here and there. I was working every single day, every single week, and I was even taking overtime in other people's shifts. And I realized that I was putting myself in another hole because I was trading a lot of my time for money. And it was just a constant thing. My friends and family would ask me to hang out with them, and I would tell them no because I had a shift at around that time. And I prioritized shifts and money over my friends and family. So I realized, and I figured to, really expand on what I was doing. I was tired of the situation I was in. I was waking up, working, going home, going to sleep, and then the whole cycle over and over again. And a lot of people are dealing with that. And that's a situation that I wanted to get myself out of, if I'm being completely honest. So I figured to, use my money so I could save myself time, because time is the most valuable currency anyone could have. That's irreplaceable, and that's something you can't get back. So I realized to do that, and yeah, that was a little bit of my journey before I got into North Prosperity. As I mentioned, I tried everything on the online space, trying to make money online, like drop shipping, affiliate marketing, a social media marketing agency, and I rushed it all. I didn't find any success, so I kind of got tired of it and looked for something new. And then that's when I realized about high ticket sales. Actually, I was studying it for a bit, and I realized to go put myself out there to find an opportunity. So I went on Facebook groups, and I actually, I was messaging, outreaching to people, seeing if I could find an opportunity. It was my first time in this space, so I was, acting as professional as I could on my messages. And, I got turned down at least like 5 times when I first started out, if I could remember. It was a little difficult as well because, there's people sending me telegrams, trying to get me to invest $1,000 into crypto, saying that I'll get $10,000 back, and I just didn't believe it. So I just smooth sailed it. And then I found this one opportunity, and I aligned with where I was gonna get myself. So, I invested myself with my time and my money into that program. And yeah, I was pretty much working. I wouldn't say working, I was pretty much just going through the curriculum. I met a lot of great people on the way, and I was learning a lot about high ticket sales, but it just really didn't feel like it was something I wanted to do in the long run. I was having some doubts. I was there for 4 months, and long story short, I didn't make a single buck. I didn't make a single dollar, and I didn't advance as a salesperson. I didn't advance as a person, and I was still pretty much at the same place I was before I found that opportunity. And the biggest thing that I took away from that was honestly my network. As I mentioned, I met a lot of great people, and one of the people I met was the CEO, a sales trainer. His name's Gallegos, and I was learning a lot from this 20-year-old kid, compared to the sales trainer that I was learning from the past 3 months. And I realized a lot. I was actually getting a lot of information, and everyone that was joining those masterminds, they were in the same boat as me. They just wanted freedom. They wanted to live their life on their own terms, be able to take care of their family whenever and wherever they want. So I grew a lot closer with them, and I remember I had a conversation with Ro, and I was asking him what my next best step is, because I was deciding to go away from the remote sales profession into starting my own business as a social media marketing agency, servicing my stuff to real estate agents. So I was asking him for help, and I built up my foundation. He was a huge inspiration and help with that agency, and it helped me bring myself up with the foundation. But I realized I didn't know how to sell. I was getting my services white labeled, so I didn't need to do any of the marketing in that sense, but I just didn't know how to sell my services. So I put myself in another hole, and I actually reached out to Ro, and I asked him if I could work on his team. And he asked me, are you with a social media marketing agency, or are you wanting to be on the team? And I said DM setting. I said I wanted to be on the team. And then he said, it was something different back then. Now it's something new. Are you all in or are you not, right? Because he's looking for the right people, and I respected that. And that's kind of my journey of where I was beforehand, getting into Nor Prosperity. The way things changed in the course of my lifestyle, honestly, like I mentioned back then, I would work a lot on my physical and being active. And when I joined Nor Prosperity, that's when I could really advance as a person mentally. I was working a lot about my mental health when I joined Nor Prosperity. And it changed a lot. It changed my life because I was starting to think more of who I want to be, not who I am and who I was. And that was something that was stuck on my mind and kind of held me back from who I wanted to be. And it helped me face what I had in the past, so I could be able to be a better man today, so I could be a better person and better man in the future, for my family, for myself, for my future family. And it gave me a huge skill set that I didn't understand at first. It's very hard to make $10,000 a month, just watching courses and videos And when I joined Nor Prosperity, I actually got the guidance and coaching that I needed for me to succeed. And that was a huge thing that I didn't realize I needed when I first started in the online space in the first place. I was kind of just going on YouTube, looking at Reddit, joining Discord, see what other people were doing. But as I was making mistakes, it was hard to actually dictate what was the best next step because I never had experience. So being able to be in Nor Prosperity and being guided from someone that's experiencing the same thing that I'm doing right now was a huge help, and it really changed the course of this journey here in high ticket sales. And you know, I see a huge future for myself down the road, and it gave me vision that I didn't even see. I wouldn't even see myself 5 to 10 years down the road. And now I'm seeing myself 10, 20, 30 years down the road and being, you know, happy about it and being content with it. And I'm not there yet, but I know it's coming. I just gotta let reality catch up to what I see in the future. My best month, I grabbed 8.6 thousand in my first month, which was absolutely insane. I didn't understand that the skill set could actually grant me from grabbing that much in a month, especially being, you know, inexperienced and new to the space. And my best week was 7,500 back to back, actually. The biggest impact when I first started in this journey with Nor Prosperity is seeing other people working super hard, actually dedicating themselves to actually making something out of it. And that's something that I didn't realize. And it was a huge inspiration seeing other people do it and working hard every single day, having the grit, having the motivation to keep going, and having the discipline to actually put in the work to do it. So that was one of the biggest impacts, seeing other people, because I'm not a lone wolf type of person. I like surrounding myself with like-minded people. I like surrounding myself with people that are gonna do good in life and that are wanting to get better in life. And that was a huge impact for me first starting out, because I woke up every single day ready to kill it. There's these masterminds that were being hosted by Ro, and everybody that was joined, it was a happy environment. Everyone was ready to go and learn something new so they could be able to learn the skill set even more, refine their skills so they have a step closer to the future that they see themselves in the near future. Yeah, so one of the biggest lifestyle changes is I'm actually here in Texas right now, in a state that I've never been before. And I'm actually here, you know, with a co-worker, Brandon Garcia, that I gained a relationship with. You know, we were still pretty close over Zooms and talking over the phone. But once we actually got to know each other in person, we actually clicked super fast, and it was a great time spending, you know, my stay here in Texas with him, and then soon to be the CEO coming in. And honestly, it's just, it was huge lifestyle change in my eyes, because I wouldn't expect myself to be able to just travel somewhere without any plan, out of nowhere, but it ended up going well. And a huge lifestyle change, as I mentioned, my mindset just grew a lot. That was a huge thing that I changed, so I'm able to go on runs even longer now. I'm going stretching more. I'm actually, you know, starting to get into boxing just because of the CEO, just, you know, training here and there, which is really cool. And just being able to spend some more time with family and myself. At a 9-to-5 job, I was working a lot of hours, as I mentioned. I really never had any time for myself, but now here joining Nor Prosperity, being able to learn the skill inside and out, it's granted me more time for me to hang out with myself, be able to do stuff on my own terms, and being able to spend more time with my family so I can build a better relationship with them that I broke back in the past. It was pretty fast. So I realized when I first started, I was actually DM setting, and I knew it wasn't for me. I like dialogue, I like connecting with people, so I figured to actually work hard so I could become the setter and the closer, so I could actually get on the phone and talk to people personally. I became a setter in less than a day, and I was actually able to book some calls as soon as that. And my biggest success first off was my first week. It was a $997 deal. and it blew my mind. I just didn't really expect it. It came in and I was like, I really just made money online. It was the first book I've ever made online with remote sales, and it was huge. That really inspired me to keep going, and I had the consistency and the grit to get some more deals under my name and see some more results. And yeah, it was as soon as a week, actually advancing here in remote sales. One of my favorite things here is the community. It's great having like-minded people that are pushing each other's success and holding you accountable, but honestly still having fun with the whole process. And that's what's huge for me, because we're all super passionate about having that freedom down the road. One of my favorite things is being able to actually connect with people on a deeper level. Coming in, I was expecting to just talk about the profession, seeing how much value I could gain, seeing if I could, network with new people all around the world. And it got to a point where I was like, okay, there's actually like really cool people around this earth. I was never the type of person to go out my way and find someone online and make a friend. But joining Nor Prosperity, I realized there's a lot of people in this world that are in the same position as me, or maybe worse, trying to get out of their situation so they can have a better life in the future. And I like that we talk and connect on a deeper level. So that's one of my favorite things of Nor Prosperity, for sure. Rate this out of 1 to 10, like, bro, it's a break my scale. Honestly, like it's 11 out of 10, 1,000 out of 10. I don't think I could put it out there on how much I could rate it as in my opinion, because it's been a great experience. And truthfully, I actually want to go back a little bit. Yeah, I actually want to go a little back. So, it wasn't always sunshines and flowers here in Nor Prosperity. There were times where I had doubt in myself, had doubt in, the company, and I was kind of jumping to conclusions. And, I was really frustrated on where I wanted to go. But I realized every solution that I thought of, it was just me trying to chase money. And that isn't my end goal. And I found a lot of clarity actually talking to the CEO, talking to Brandon Garcia, and actually talking to my family as well. They told me a lot of things, saying, just focus on you, be able to bring yourself back up so you can help other people. And, being able to hear that and finding clarity instead of jumping to something new. And that's something I dealt with in the past. So I realized that this is what I asked for, and I'm literally in the middle of it. So I put in the grit, I put in the consistency, and I'm gonna keep doing it and keep doing it every single day until I reach that lifestyle and that future I see for myself and my family. Honestly, sometimes you'll never know if it's for you or not. And that's the biggest thing about taking risks. It's more riskier doing nothing about your lifestyle than actually doing something to change the course of what your lifestyle is going through right now. So if you're on the edge and if you're still deciding if this, space is even for you, sometimes it's good to just take that leap of faith, and just see it for yourself and see if it'll actually work for you. But the biggest thing that I learned on this roadmap and on this journey, it's not gonna work for you if you're not gonna work for it. Nor Prosperity, they put a lot of skin in the game, and they put a lot of effort so I and the whole community could actually gain information and learn more about this skill so they could operate as a professional. So we have to do our part and put skin in the game and actually put in the work. So that's the biggest thing that I could say. Just trust your intuition, just go for it. And if it's scary, then that's good, because it's supposed to be scary. It's something new, you're not used to it, so just see it for yourself. And if you don't like it down the road, you don't like it, So that's really my biggest advice for the people that are on the edge of joining Nor Prosperity. Yeah, there actually was. I remember, like I mentioned earlier, I went 4 months, first time ever in remote sales, finding an opportunity, and I didn't grow as a person, I didn't make a single buck. So when I was offered this opportunity here in Nor Prosperity, I was kind of hesitant because I had fears, I had doubts, and I was like, man, what if I go through the same thing again? What if I go 4 months again, no income, not knowing more about this space and actually getting that experience? So I actually did have some hesitancy coming to this. But like I mentioned, I just took the leap of faith. There's a lot of things that you have to sacrifice for you to be able to get the life that you want to live. So I took the risks, I took the sacrifices, and I realized that, it was one of the best decisions I've made in my life. The type of people that I'd love to see in this company and Nor Prosperity are the ones that went through shit. If I'm being honest, those are the most dangerous people because they know what it's like in the past. And the people that are actually dedicated to make a change in their life, people that really want to get out this situation that they're in and live the life that they see, because everybody deserves it. Everybody deserves to get the life that they want, be able to do the things that they want, and live life on their own terms. So the people that I want to see in this company are the ones that are actually dedicated to do so and have full commitment into it, because there is no right or wrong person. If I'm being completely honest, you just gotta have to want it bad enough. In my opinion, I think everyone that joins Nor Prosperity, if you really just put your commitment and put a little sacrifices and put some risks into it, there's always green grass on the other side. You'll always find sunshines and rainbows on the other side. So I think that's who I really want to see in this company, and the reason why is because I've been there and I know the roadmap for the people, and I know I want to help those people get out those situations and live that life that they want to live. Yeah, life's short. Life's short, that's the biggest thing. Time flies, and it doesn't stop for you. Like I said, that's something that you can't get back. So there is no, I'll do it in a year, I'll do it in 2 years. The best time is now. The best time is to just do it now, put full force into it, and see if it could work for you, and make it work for you. Because anything you put your mind and body to, you could achieve anything. So now's the best time. Oh, dude, it made me feel good. Getting stuff off my chest, I want to be able to show this to my family so they can know more about me and build my relationship with them.